Taraji.
He's going on
Taraji. I have old news. Taraji, P. Henson did reply to Keith Lee. This stems from the BET Award debacle where she mistaked Keith Lee for somebody else, and then he TikToked him throwing the rose on the floor. Then he made a response video. He did make a response video that I thought was pretty clean.
It was.
I did. I thought it was.
I thought he was very respectful.
He showed love.
He showed a lot of love. Didn't offend anyone, but maybe the production side, which is where he had maybe had too much dip on his chip, because I don't expect Keith Lee to know all of the intricacies that go along with an award show. I give him a little bit of grace because admittedly he's socially awkward as well.
Okay.
But Taraji replied and said, life really is too short for this behavior. He wasn't in his seat. They give celebrities assigned seats. I rehearsed all damn day to go hit my mark, and that young man wasn't in his seat, so he missed his moment. His ego is hurt. He will be fine. I cleaned it up at the end of the show. No love lost here. God bless.
A pro.
Is it a pro?
She sounded like a pro right there.
With the ego is hurt part, that still make you a pro.
Yeah, I ain't like that part.
Why?
What about him said his ego was hurt? He just addressed him being called the wrong name.
No.
He didn't go in there and disrespect, or he wasn't, yo, how y'all not know who the fuck I am? That's ego talking when you do that. He didn't do none of that.
I think she might have been referring to like the over dramatization of dropping
He
the
did a
rose.
lot. The rose was a lot.
It was a lot.
And Keith Lee says they made up a lot of narratives about the rose. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. He says I was just trying to demonstrate that this rose wasn't meant for me. This moment, this was not my time. Y'all know how I feel about my time when it's for me. I'll take it. Whatever's not for me, I don't want. You got to know that comes off a little sassy.
No, that part does. For sure.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do none of this shit with
they didn't have
the
to
rose.
They didn't have to include you in saying your name and her company. They didn't have to include you if we're keeping it a buck.
None of that shit is really a big deal. And if you had been in the right spot, it would have been a non-issue.
Now, whose fault is it that you weren't in the right spot? I don't know. You could say yours, whatever.
But once he was aware that his seat was moved, I felt that he should have gave up a little more grace. Because he said it in the video as well. Like, you know, they did move my seat. So if you was aware of that beforehand, should have gave us some grace. But I guess the role shit.
I guess I could get the ego side of it, because even if they did move my seat, he might be taking it as you know who I am. When in actuality, she probably don't.
Why would Taraji P. Henson know who
But that's the
is?
thing. A lot of these people that get popular on the internet tend to think that that's
not
a little
famous.
bit more than they think they're famous.
Popular
It's popularity
is not famous.
Yes.
So they think
Identifiable
everybody knows me.
is not famous. Lit in your specific genre or region or town or area is not famous. I'm tired of, and I'm off of Keith Lee now because I do like him and think he's a respectful person. But outside of him, I'm just sick of the fucking internet personalities like trying to adopt just famous privileges. You niggas are not famous. Y'all are recognizable in certain corners of the world. I seen a video with Saucy Santana and Carisha. They was on vacation somewhere. And whoever they was talking to, it sound like white people, but I don't know. You saw it? The one you bring up. They was talking to some white people, and Saucy Santana is like, you don't know who we are? You don't know us for real? Like dead ass. You know me? You don't know me? You don't know her? So he starts to name off some names. He says, and I'm not quoting him on the names, but he says, do you know who such and such is? And they said, yes. And he said, do you know who such and such is? She says, yes. You know who Saucy Santana is? They say yes. And he said, you know who Carisha is? They say yes. And he said, that's us. If you know them, you know us. Hey. I'm Saucy Santana. That's Carisha right there. And I'm sitting there saying, hey, big dog, if you got to do all of that, you are not
just
famous. Not in this moment. It's okay for them to not know.
If you got to ask somebody, do you know who I am?
They don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's okay.
It's fine.
And that's fine, yo.
Never say those words.
And you niggas just got hot like 3 years ago. So do you expect like the whole mad countries and the whole world to know who you are after 3 years of work? You just got to do more work.
Did you see?
If that's your goal.
Did you see the dude that tried to troll Keith Lee? Ran up on him.
Gerald
It
Hudson.
said DDG.
Yeah, ran up on him.
But I'm old, so I didn't know who the fuck DDG was. And now DDG is what's the name's baby daddy that they say is you clout chasing with the baby. Like it's a whole world of internet stuff that I don't know about. I don't want to know about. I want to stay in my old nigga lane. I do.
New Joe Budden.